Hey, I just realized I didn't turn on my lights. Oh, well. Man. How are you this afternoon? It's Thursday in St. Louis. The heat has broken. We shall live another day. Man, it was miserable. Always good to start a program with weather talk, but that's where we're at. It's Thursday. It's 1, at least here in St. Louis. You know what time that is. It's time for Listed with Mike and John. So without wasting any more time, I'm bringing Mike on. Mike, hello.
Hello, John.
Oh, no.
Morning.
I don't have your voice, Mike.
You
No
don't have
voice.
my voice.
No. Let me see if I've got it on my side.
I can change this.
This is, there we go. Yeah. Now I got
It's
it.
always something fun, right?
Man, you see me. Mike's in the back. He sees me working. I try so hard to do it.
I do.
But there's something about a live stream, like it's going to be live.
You don't know until you hit live.
Right. And it's just, anyway.
It's good.
Yeah. So what's going on in the desert?
Nothing. I see you complaining how warm it is there.
Oh my God. It was so bad.
Thick.
And I couldn't believe it was just.
Yeah. I'll admit we're a little bit warm here.
Well, I sent that to you. That I learned that apparently it's so humid here that your sweat doesn't like go away.
Right.
And that in Arizona it does.
It does pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It 112, 114 yesterday, but it's not bad. You get used to it. I always say I'll go out for a bike ride or a run up to 110, and it's not bad. You get used to it.
I also learned that maybe there's kind of a way to do things in Arizona that's a little different. Yeah. And that is maybe work a little earlier in the mornings and take off in the afternoons.
Afternoons are pretty quiet. I've always kind of stayed on East Coast time. I sit down at 4 or 5 o'clock, and afternoons are pretty quiet out and around town. It gets warm, so you learn to adjust. But
yeah, well, I'm gonna sabotage tomorrow's Instagram for you and tell me what's going on over there in Scottsdale. Have you looked yet?
Have I looked for yesterday, for tomorrow's?
Yeah.
This is a funny time of year. It's a little, last year we kind of stayed steady through the summer. This year it's me personally, and probably, I was real busy in the spring, and you know how the business is. If you're not following up and always out there looking for new business, I'm a little quiet right now. The market, it's rolling along. The upper end of the market is moving. The lower end of the market's a little bit quiet. There's no inventory again. Everybody decided to take their house off the market this summer. So
I was thinking, because, part of this is a public discovery of how can I be a better agent. Okay.
Right.
And bring you along with me. And
of course.
And my thought to you was, like, we live in a place in St. Louis where business leaves. We just lost yesterday. We just lost Panera Bread Company was headquartered here. They're moving to Boston, giving everyone $50,000 to move out of St. Louis.
Really?
And then if you don't take the 50, then you're out. Which is hilarious because, like, I feel like if it was a different place, like Miami or something, they would pay more.
People would go. I would think cost of living in Boston is quite a bit higher than.
Oh, man. Absolutely. Sometimes I wonder if those aren't like forced layoffs that just kind of not said that way.
Corporate decision to cut some costs.
Yeah. Well, so we lost that. And those people will be putting their houses up for sale, which is fine. I won't get any of those listings because they'll be corporate listings. And I wanted to ask you about that. Is there a booming corporate business there? For me, as a single operator, for me to pay the splits, I mean,
doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And I will find, most of my business is referrals, but I'll get a call from someone who's moving here for a job, usually not corporate related, and I shy away from those. I'll take them, but as you know, take a big chunk of change.
I spent time as a buyer's agent for a relocation company in my career. And the thing was, you get paid an amount of money to show people like St. Louis is, the great place. Like, you want to put your family here. And I'm fine with that. Like, I have no issues with it. But when people are like, they are competitive. Okay. Like they will, what is it? Eat what you kill type people. These are,
right.
And they're in medicine and whatnot, but it doesn't matter. They don't see this as a stepping stone to someplace better.
Really?
They would rather, they equate St. Louis, Missouri with like Iowa, Arkansas.
Okay.
It hurts.
Yeah. Middle of the country there.
Yeah. And like, backwards thinking and whatnot. Like we're unclean. And it's fine. It's fine. But I think that experience, like, so they would pay us money to be tour guides, which,
right.
So, all right. So, and it's hard to gloss over some of the things in St. Louis. Like when you drive down certain streets to get to other streets, you're like,
go through some neighborhoods. We have that here too.
It's like,
here, I think.
It's like, And then we've talked in the past, the narrative. Okay. There has to be this narrative that this town is growing and it's better. Like you have to have that.
Right.
Your narrative can't be somebody just got shot in the face.
The more we talk, the more I'm surprised at what an old city St. Louis is. I equated it with the Iowas until we started talking.
Yeah.
And I've had fond memory. I've had some good times in St. Louis.
But when we were doing this, so you almost had to wonder why these people were coming here. Like, did they not have confidence in their own skills? Like on the relocation. Yeah.
It's a different mindset.
Yeah. Or were they promised that they could leave in like 2 years? Like, was that what it was? What is the reason why you're here? And then on top of that, they'd want to look for certain architectures that didn't exist. They'd want lots that didn't exist. And then they think, and I understand the thought, they think because it's not on the East Coast or the West Coast, prices are cheap. Prices are cheap relative to. But you're still not getting a mansion.
No.
It's all relative,
It is.
It's so, that on top of the corporate relocation splits, I can't imagine. Even for me, like by myself, the split is stupid, but can you imagine, some of these organizations paying the split to the broker on top of your?
Right. I've had a couple of deals where I've told it's a corporate move. I said, you have the choice to work with whoever you want. That's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I've worked with a couple clients that have chosen to work with me rather than go through corporate.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
It's well, I just don't see it. The argument is, well, look, you've always got a job.
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting here knowing that I've got a couple deals closing and I've got nothing coming up, boy, it sure would be nice to have busy work in theory.
Right.
But at the same time,
we wake up unemployed every day.
Yeah. Yes. So I don't know. I don't know why I got started on the relocation thing other than for you, it seems to me the best way to market would be people coming to the city and you're happy.
Yes.
Come to Scottsdale. I'm happy to help you.
It's usually a life change. It's usually an exciting, either they're retiring or
then like
life change.
As someone who spent a significant portion of their life on the East Coast, I can show you how to do Scottsdale and make it someplace where you never want to leave.
Exactly. Right. It's an easy sell.
Yeah. Well,
not in August. August is a little tougher.
Yeah. And I'm
January, February, March.
I'm still uncomfortable with this idea of not having a lawn.
No lawn. No. And I actually recently had a client who wanted real authentic lawn. And we ended up not finding that for them.
No. So anyway, as we go on, we're going to learn things. We're going to figure this out.
Right.
we're going to become the number one and number one agents in each of our respective locales.
Yeah. Which always makes me laugh. Number one, where?
Well, here we go. I was driving down to Florida, which is where we would go. Gulf Shores, Alabama as well. And because that's the closest beach, 10.5 hours away. And one of the signs I saw along the way, I believe it was in Mississippi, was a guy had put up, a real estate agent put up a sign. He said, number one, according to my mom.
I love it. I love that.
I do too.
I love that.
I mean, when you go through it, like, so it used to be like $1 million salesperson or something.
Right.
Or then like it became 5 and then it became 10. And
yeah,
I don't even know. And then there was this thing for a while. I don't know if you have it there. It was 5-star agents. You'd pay money.
I don't know what it is.
Well, you'd pay money to be in this magazine, and then they'd say you're a 5-star agent. And one of the ladies, when I was in an office, she was upset because another person in the office had just paid the money and just done it herself, whereas she had been nominated, and the other person paid the money or something like that. But anyway, she thought that, I mean, most gifts or most awards in real estate to me seem like made up.
At 100%.
Made up and paid for.
Same as that top doctor award in the office or in the doctor's office.
Right.
They paid for that.
Yeah.
Or got advertising.
Right. Or like, I would like to hear your thoughts on a real estate brokerage being the number one place to work in a community.
I just voted on Berkshire Hathaway. Took me about 3 seconds. I voted.
I'll tell you, I don't think it's the greatest place to work. No, I mean relative to maybe.
Right. But what's the public perception?
I don't know. If people are like that, here's the question that when I see a real estate company advertising the best place to work for a certain year. By the way, it goes every year. So like apparently last year it wasn't the best place to work. It just depends. But I always wonder, like, so I'm buying groceries, right? I'm standing in line. I don't really particularly want to deal with any of this, but I'm here and I see a receipt that says, you know, number one company to work for. And I think to myself, well, so what?
So what?
Well, how does that help me buy or sell a home?
They care.
About what? Their employees?
Their employees.
And by extension, I should care about them. But we're not employees.
No.
That's the other thing. I don't think you should be allowed to vote, Mike. I think that you're rigging the election.
Right.
You are not an employee of Berkshire Hathaway.
Not.
You are what are you, 1090?
1099.
Yeah, 1099.
Independent contract.
Right. Now the secretary or whatever they call the people, administrative assistants,
they are.
I think the coach is probably paid.
Yep.
So those people can vote. But then that lowers the voting pool to like, what, 5 people?
5 people, right. It's all perception. It's algorithms. Got to get the algorithm out there.
Yes. All right. So that was fun. A little banter to start the show today instead of the heavy topics we're into. I'm going to jump into it today. One of the things that's bizarre to me in St. Louis County, well, there's a lot of things. But one of them is the inconsistency in the city services. This can be true across the country, but I wanted to go over it because it blew my mind that, you know, I'm living this life. Like I literally wake up in the morning and it just happens every day.
Right.
Okay.
It does.
And I often think everything is absurd because I think that's the only way I can get through life because it's just too hard any other way. And so
getting more absurd.
And I don't know if that's algorithmically driven, but
you get older.
I have 3 houses that have gone under contract where I'm the listing agent. 2 of the houses are in South St. Louis County, totally my wheelhouse. 1 is in Oakville. I fill out the form. I normally have the homeowners call because I've always believed that the inspectors are harder on real estate agents than they are if you have to stand in front of an owner and say like your house is shit as an inspector, it's a different thing than telling the agent that the owner's house is shit.
For sure.
So
sure.
I mean, and you may say, well, isn't that your job? Well, I think I am doing my job by explaining just what I told you, is that this is the way to go. So anyway, I had my seller call. She calls 4 days later. The guy, he's already contacted her and set up, ready to go for the inspection. Okay.
Perfect.
Go to the inspection, talk to the guy. Well, I always go to all my inspections for the county.
The county occupancy inspection.
They're always going to fail because obviously people need money. You have to have it. You can't not have. I mean, why would the inspector go out if they're
Yep.
So that's that. You're already going to fail. This hurts a lot of sellers' feelings, but whatever. And meanwhile, they're trying to sell a house. They're actually trying to move, and they have like life things going on. So they really want to deal with the county at this point in time. But anyway, it's for safety, so we can't question it. So the guy was pleasant. I asked him a few questions, just to see things change over time. And you see things on the internet like the International Builders Code has changed the island. You're not allowed to have outlets on the island now exposed. Right. However, everyone since 1980 has been building these in my community. What do you mean they're dangerous now? Well, the idea is someone could take your the cord and it could come off of the toaster, and the toaster could fall on your toe.
Makes sense.
We can't have that. So, fine.
What do they do?
So I talked to the guy. He's totally fine. Oh, on that, he told me, he's like, everything has to be gone. Everything has to go through the county executive leadership. So we have different people representing wards in the county.
Right.
And when they do that, then it has to be enshrined into the ordinance. So whatever rule it is, it has to be written into the rule. Okay. The rule has to be written in as an ordinance. And so if the department doesn't want to screw with it, like the electric department doesn't want to enforce this, they just won't do it. They just won't put it forth to the ordinance to make it as a rule.
Gotcha.
And so for that particular thing, they've said no. There's another one that maybe you're more familiar with. There's alarm systems that go on pools. Do you have that? So if you open a gate, there's supposed to be an alarm. And then what they've done is they've extended that to now there needs to be an alarm on any window that is facing the pool.
You're kidding me.
No, that's in the builders. That's the 2024 or 20. It's every 2 years. It's like the Olympics. They come out with a bunch of bullshit and whoever gets
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Right.
So then he told me, he said, I could never see that happening in the county because there's no way these alarms, people don't, as soon as they get their house, they throw away the alarm.
Right.
Because they don't want to deal with it.
What's the cost of the? I
don't know. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Right.
I didn't know there was a pool alarm until that day.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so it was great. Okay, and he's like, "Here's what everything that he picked up on at the house was wrong." Okay, there was nothing. Now, it could be stupid. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Okay, it's still wrong.
It's still wrong.
Okay, and so you have to use that mindset, because if you try to analyze this stuff, it'll just give you your head will explode. One of my tasks, I'm just telling you this, in the basement, my seller has a finished basement, but on the other side is a utility room. Well, the contractor in 1992 put up insulation. Okay, but they call craft backing, I believe, like paper backing. Yep. Well, they had the paper backing facing the outside. Okay, and so that's a fire hazard.
Yep.
Now, there's two ways I can fix that. There's three. I can tear out all the insulation. I can put drywall over it or some flame retardant, or I can just take it. I can literally take it. I can peel it off.
Take it away.
Or I can just turn it around and put the paper towards the back.
Install it the correct way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did.
But you still have to do that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That could be a big job.
It was dumb. I did it. I hated every moment of insulation. Sucks. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. I told you last week, I shouldn't do a lot of the stuff I do, but I just feel like this woman's got so much on her plate. The least I can do is turn insulation around. in a room.
Ventilation's terrible.
Oh, I wore heavy gloves, long sleeve shirt, a mask.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
But, she didn't have to do it. And I don't know.
So that was from the county
That was from the county. And so I was like, okay. And that guy, he said, hey, just call me for the reinspection and I'll be over like within a day or two. I'm going on vacation for a week, but I'll be back in a day or two. So I was like, great. And I told her at the time, she's like, well, we got to get this done. I said, yes, but we're going to wait until he gets back from vacation because this guy is great.
Right.
Contrast to another house.
Right.
Contrast to another house. So I do the same thing. I call. This time my seller's in kind of a mess. Like I'm going to have to set the appointment. Call. They're supposed to respond to you within 2 days, business days. Mm-hmm. No, put it in on Wednesday. Didn't get it back on Thursday. Didn't get a call on Friday. At one point in time, it was so regimented that you had to be up in the morning at 7 a.m. and sit by your phone until 8 a.m. for the inspector to call. Because if you missed it, you could call the inspector. They're just not calling you back until the next day between 7 and 8.
What's the population of the town?
Oh, I think
one inspector for
1,000 people. No, it's by zip code. I found out.
Okay.
And my 2 properties in South St. Louis County are in 2 different zip codes.
Right.
And so anyway, so now I'm waiting until Monday. Now you understand there's closings in 30 days here in St. Louis. That's normal, reasonable. Yep. And you may say, John, well, why didn't you get the property inspection, the occupancy permit inspection before the house went, pending or before it went active? Well, 2 reasons. One, I don't want to disclose something. I don't want to have to disclose something that I don't want to deal with because I don't know.
The pre-listing inspection.
Yes. So I don't want to deal with that. Right. And number 2, what if the person came back and wrote it on, we have 2 different contracts. We have the regular contract and then we have the special sale contract. And the special sale contract has nothing in it about occupancy. So we're not guaranteeing occupancy on a short sale or on a special sale contract.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I had a couple offers. I was hoping to get one on a special sales contract because then I wouldn't even have to do it.
Right.
Anyway, so the guy calls me on the phone. I can already tell we're just not friends. He's like, okay, I can be there this date. It's like 21 days out or longer even. I got the date in front of me. I don't, if he watches the program, I don't want him to know I'm talking about him. I was like, are you kidding me? Like I meant it like in a nice way. You've got to be kidding me.
Right.
Right. Literally, you're going to make me wait for like 3. What? Thank you. I know I am. And it's going to come back to bite me. I appreciate that. Anyway. Yeah. I don't do electrical. Anyway, I said, you got to be kidding. No. We're just really busy this time of year. And I wanted to say, hey, well, the dude that's in the next place that's better than this place is doing it in 4 days. And you've got me at 21 days. Okay. Now I'm going to have to, God forbid something happens in this house that I can't get fixed within 5 days because we have a closing. You're literally just trying to kill me.
Is this beyond the due diligence period?
There's no due diligence here.
It's interesting.
In commercial deals, sure, but on residential deals, there's no due diligence. Maybe you're using a different word for it. Okay. We have contingencies, and you satisfy contingencies in the contract.
Inspection period.
Yeah, we have that, but that's negotiated.
Yeah.
If you want to win the deal, you're probably not getting a property inspected, or you're probably making some sort of. Anyway, so now, like, why do I need to be stressed out about this?
Shouldn't.
I shouldn't because the guy's not even going to be there for another 13 days. And I'm going to fret about this until then.
And would most agents worry about it?
Probably not.
Those who care.
Probably not.
Right.
Probably not. But this whole deal, if this seller hadn't found me, would be in a terrible spot.
Right.
And that's something, a PSA for all today. Look, if you have older people like in your life, like try, just do a little better.
Do a little better, please.
If they say things and it doesn't make sense, ask them to explain.
Right.
Okay. Like, wait, what's going on? Like, just
Some flexibility.
Yeah, and they're human, okay?
They're human.
They're not a number that you just throw in a old folks home and never talk to them again. All right?
It's a different world for them. It's a different world for them.
Yes.
For me, it's a different world for me.
100%. 100%. There's things that you can do with Instagram and you're older than me, and it's just a struggle.
I get it.
It's a struggle. And anyway, so what I wanted to say, what I wanted to say was, look, there's a wide variety of service quality where I am. Mm-hmm. Given X, Y, and Z, I could be viewed as, somebody could view me as some, if an age, if they were saying my agent sucks, they could be like, well, he didn't order the occupancy inspection.
Right.
He didn't get it done in time. In a way, that'd be a valid complaint, but it's how it worked out. You know what I'm saying?
I see it. It's getting more difficult to get other people to fulfill their duties so we can do our jobs.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And then we're going to go to that in the next little deal, but then there's this other thing about, like, what are the expectations? Who's setting them? And, how does that go? So anyway, that was that. I wanted to mention one thing about last week's show, because I was like, you've got to get an occupancy inspection if you're going to occupy a house.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Right. And with the slow closings. Okay.
Yeah.
I could like on a special sales contract, there is no provision for the seller to pay for, to have an occupancy permit, a valid one.
Right.
So I can see that. Okay. They just played along that thin line between what is, right and what is wrong.
Yep.
But what it's going to do, it's going to cost everybody, I think.
Yep.
And that's where, people talk about a low trust society, a high trust society. These are the things where, where you would get upset about, because that guy is screwing things up for other people. There may actually be somebody doing rent to own that isn't a shyster somewhere.
God forbid they have a moving truck coming, and on that day of closing, and they're moving into their new house. There can be a whole string of events.
Yeah. And then, I will say, not as a politicized point, but do you really want the government to inspect your home? Like, do you really want to call them to inspect your home? Like, no.
Wait, no.
And so, like, just even the very thought of the activism involved in people thinking like, hey, this is great, the government's going to come and inspect my house. And I'm not that way.
I've got a new flock camera this morning.
I don't understand. I haven't gotten. You ever see like something and go, I don't have the capacity for this right now, but in the future I will pay attention to it. This is the flock discussion for me right now. I just don't have the capacity right now to deal with it.
Well, I've got one 100 yards away. I walked by it this morning, and what is that? So you know how I feel.
Yeah. Do you remember when 5G was going to kill everybody?
Right. Still, right? Now we have 6G.
Do we?
I saw just the other day.
Yeah.
You can see through walls.
Wow. Oh, I've seen technology see through walls. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the problem, is a lot of this stuff that's really bad. Yeah. A lot of this stuff that's really bad is kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. That's true. Like when you were 18, right?
I don't know, Mike. Just people see you now. Okay. I'm pretty sure about this. They don't see a motorcycle dirt bike guy. Okay. They don't. But if I'd have been your age when it would have been like not painful to do anything, it would have been awesome to ride dirt bikes. Just awesome.
Super fun.
Yeah. And I told you about that complaint of the neighbor that had the wheelie, the guy went the whole, I would have done that. It would have been cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I don't, and you know what? I mean, I'll say this, and I'm sure I'm worried now. I may not wear a helmet sometimes. I might just go.
Just go. I agree 100%. 100%.
All right. So we got that solved. Now, next thing we're going to do is I started the outline with some people are miserable, which was the wrong way to put it. Wrong framing. But what I was trying to say is you have clients that have no idea the hoops that you have to jump through to get something accomplished. And then they give you a bad review. And I had a friend, one of my real estate friends across the country who got a 4-star review. And what happened was,
are we asking for a friend? Is that asking for a friend?
No, this is just what happened. He said, I appreciate that. I'm afraid to ask for reviews because of these people. He said, a client faced a tough bind, jobless and living elsewhere. So an out-of-town seller, the prior agent, so had been listed, failed to sell or lease the place, which if you can't lease a place, I mean, good Lord. I don't even do leases, by the way. I have no interest.
Nope.
She brought me on board and I closed the sale. Still only 4 stars though, over what she saw as steep fees.
Okay.
Did a good job, but you were expensive.
Not 5 stars.
No.
You really got to do a good job to get 5 stars from me.
Do you? Well, see, and so for me, like I'm a real estate agent. They tell me that Google's going to reward me if I can get more 5-star reviews.
I understand that.
And I'm scared because I don't want a 4-star review because that would be 1 star less than the stars that I need. I need 5.
You need 5.
Right. And, some of the people I help to buy and sell homes, I'm not confident that they can I don't think they can do giving reviews. Like it's just not, they're just not there.
I rarely ask for them.
Yeah. But why? Do you see, I'm stuck in this thing. This is the game. Okay. This is the game. Do I play the game? Dance monkey,
Dance.
you tell me to do something and I dance.
Right. No. So
Google says, but who at my age, who am I hurting if I don't dance? I'm hurting myself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The world has moved on from me, like the 20-year-olds and the 30-year-olds are running the show now. I'm done. I didn't get my time in the sun. We're Generation X and we've always been that way. We just don't get to do things. Okay.
Right.
So this idea that this 5-star review is the gold standard. And if you just go to a grocery store, okay, and tell me of all those people, who's giving you a 5-star review? Who's even capable of giving you a 5-star review in the grocery store? Yeah. And now we're basing our search, we're basing our
the Google's a lot comes off of that 5-star review.
And my thing is, look, I've got 13. But to get those 13, I've had to call the people. Congratulations. And this is people that are probably, high producing agents out there going, haha, I have 100. Okay. And they're like, I have a system for getting reviews. And it's like,
yeah, you need a review company to keep reviews.
Yeah. And then and then it's not just that review. Okay. You got to get a Yelp review.
Yeah.
And then you got to get a realtor.com review.
Yeah.
And pretty soon, don't forget Better Business Bureau. You can get a review.
Yeah.
And you know what? If Google doesn't use the review, that's okay because the AI LLMs will use the Yelp review instead, and they'll recommend you.
Right.
So all these reviews, I'm needing to get like a page full of reviews from someone.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you can't coerce them.
You can't. Right.
And I'm like,
do you trust reviews as a consumer?
Well, that's exactly where I was going. So now here I'm trying to sell real estate.
Right.
Okay. There's 8,000 agents in St. Louis County alone.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Okay. And I'm trying to get better than average. Okay.
Yeah.
And
to be better or get better than average.
I would like to be better than average.
I would think you are. Your knowledge.
Well, there you go. But is it based on a review?
No.
No.
I've never looked at your reviews.
Well, I appreciate that.
I'm going through now.
Nice. So, and then it's like, well, you can't just give a review. Now, some people are not wordsmiths. Okay.
Yeah.
But then they say, well, you can't just give a review. It has to, like, for a real estate agent, it has to deal with location.
Yeah.
So make sure you get location. Yeah. Make sure you get location in there. And then make sure you get like some keywords.
And it's got to say best and top.
Yes. Yes. And it's just like, it's not like, at least the way I see it, if you go to like the car wash down the street wants to have 5-star reviews. Okay.
Yeah.
The car wash has like 25 locations. Okay. And they probably do like, it takes me like a minute to go through the car wash. And there's a line of, there's probably 150 people going through the line in an hour, staring at the, give me a Google review. And so just on the basis of that, okay, how in the world are they equal to my business? I may not see 100 people in 4 years, 5 years.
Right. Absolutely. Right.
So and then you say, well, it's like, it averages itself out.
That's interesting.
But it doesn't really average itself out for me.
It doesn't.
If the latest review I get is a 4.3 star review,
right.
Okay, and breaks the chain of all 5s,
right.
Now I'm stuck valuing my worth on a made up thing in the world.
Or you and I are both independent agents. How do you compete with a team of 10 agents?
Right. And did you want that client in the first place?
Did you want that client? It's a different way of doing business.
It's a different way of doing business. And so anyway, I have that problem. And then with Google, I like Google. We're not, they did one time get rid of my business page, which kind of hurt.
Yeah.
But anyway, I wasn't doing anything weird either. That's the problem. I don't even do anything weird, but it says like someone who had like, so I grew up in this zip code.
Really?
I live 10 to 15 houses away from where I grew up. Okay.
Awesome.
In the same subdivision. Okay. I didn't do better than my parents. I just wanted to do like as well. Not better, just
I'm hiring you if I move into that neighborhood.
Well, I've had some listings. I've had some listings in the neighborhood. But so say I'm a great agent, okay? Now I don't necessarily like my neighborhood and where I live, even though the prices are going up and it's getting ridiculous, I don't necessarily want to only work here.
Right.
And real estate isn't one of those things where you just work in one location.
I cover a pretty big area.
I cover 4 counties. Okay.
Yeah. One county, but it's a big area.
Well, fair. So I'm stuck. Now I can have great reviews in my zip code. Okay. But in another zip code that may be more affluent, okay, someone with no reviews, but just has an office there shows up higher than me.
Right.
So now I'm being penalized for being poor, relatively poor.
Right. I don't know how that's going to continue down the future. For Amazon reviews, do you trust Amazon reviews?
You know what? I'm going to confess, you can look it up online. As I've gotten older, I've started reviewing things.
Me too.
Okay. I was totally against it. But like Google reviews, like if I stay someplace nice, I take a picture of it and I stayed here and it was nice. Okay.
Right. Yes. Google Maps.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm hurting someone or helping someone. Hopefully the problem is if you see my reviews, if I'm writing a review, it's always a good review.
It's
on Google.
I don't want to say anything bad.
I have no desire to bash someone.
Right.
Even if they're horrible. Okay. We've all been to a bad restaurant.
Yeah.
There's no reason. So, but then on Amazon, I always feel like I got hoodwinked. Right.
Me too.
So those get crappy reviews so that someone else doesn't get you get a box delivered to your door, you open it and you're excited, you go use the product and it sucks. Like someone needs to pay.
Right.
So yes, I'm complaining about the very review process that's burying me as a real estate agent. I'm using it in my own life.
It's tough. I don't know what the solution is, but I know most of the clients that I end up working with, we have a connection.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time somebody picked me out of a safe
But
home.
I'll tell you something, Mike. I have connection with people too, and they're getting older and they die.
Yeah.
And I don't have the younger connection. Like I don't have their kids and I don't have their kids' kids.
Right.
Right. And so I got to do something to get out there and be known, you know, like, hey, this guy, and that goes back to like, I got a house right now. In July, early July, gangbusters. Like, it was vicious. Okay. 2 of the people that were trying to buy my listing had been living in their mother-in-law's house with their family, children, husband. Okay. For more than a year.
For more than a year.
To buy a house in this location. Okay. Now, that's ridiculous, right?
Yeah. Right.
Fine. So in that same zip code, I got some clients a VA loan. Okay.
Good for you. Yeah.
Am I getting 5 stars? No. Do you know the hoops I have to jump through to try and do that one? And I did it.
That's a tough sell.
There you go. And no one is giving me my 5-star review for that.
No.
I have to hold that in my own heart. And the lender, he was like, holy smokes. But look, the VA loan is a great loan for a buyer.
It is if you can get a seller to accept it.
There you go.
Yeah. Why can't I just use my VA loan? You can.
You can. Good luck.
Good luck. Seller financing. Why can't I hear seller financing? Why can't I get seller financing?
Right.
You can. So
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I got to the point where like I argue with myself in the notes. So I said, I guess you can argue that no one is fighting their agent off a website. So now I'm spending all this time on the web in my mind, mental capacity for something that isn't relevant.
That isn't relevant. We're all learning these algorithms and how do you show up. And you'll see me. I use Mike Zschunke on every post. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
But the algorithm's supposed to pick up Mike Zschunke.
Anyway, so that's where I'm at.
I'm with you. I agree. It's tough to I don't know. There's lower. I'm always the younger generations how quick they are to scan that code thing. I'm never scanning my phone on some code with my phone. But
no, I put up an Instagram post today, and you can use links in the stories or reels. You know this better than I do. But I got the link to go. Okay.
Did you?
Yeah, and you're in there somehow. I don't know how it works. Anyway,
I'm not quite sure how that works.
Yeah.
But it is.
Anyway, so I did it, and I put I put a sticker because that's what they're called. I put a sticker that says "Click here," knowing full well I'd never click there as myself.
As yourself.
We're not clicking anything.
No.
Not today. Not today. We're not clicking that. We're not in an email and somebody says, "Here's these plans." Thanks for no. I don't know you. We're not clicking anything.
But I think there's a generation that does click on those.
Yeah, but what do they do when they click the wrong thing? How do they get out of it?
I don't know. I don't do it.
All right.
I see my mother loves to click on those. How's that? And I'm always cleaning up her.
The aged, like I'm saying, take care of these people.
Take care of
They're living in a world that was not designed for them.
Right.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm living in a world that wasn't designed for me. No question. At 49, I can tell you this is not the way it was supposed to go.
Get off my lawn.
Damn you, clouds. All right. So now we're going to go to a topic that Mike cared about, which I think is great because I've never seen such an animated.
I get a little excited about.
He did it. He did the angry man. I can't work this sheet. Here's an email. You need to read it within 24 hours or you're on my list.
I couldn't figure it out. I was trying to add links
I'll figure it out. I don't know. I feel we'll go like on a video thing, I'll make a video for you how to do it.
Perfect.
But here we go. So let me preface this. Okay. So Mike gets upset about national housing stats.
I do.
He does. He'll see something online and he'll be like, it's terrible in this state. And he'll be like, I don't care because it's not where I live. Okay. Yeah. And we're fine. And, you know, I didn't pay as much attention as Mike, but he got me on his team because it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I can tell you that I'm not in Florida. Okay. I don't know what's going on there. And I don't, no. It has no relevance to where I'm at. I'll have people that'll write on my Twitter. They'll say, you know, oh, the market's so horrible here, you're going to lose your job. And it's like, well, you know, I've had the best months I've ever had in my career.
Right. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
And then there's always this thing, which I had to mentally undo when online, deconnect, is there will always be people that say the economy is going to crash. Okay.
100%.
When you say, well, what does the crash mean? Give me a number. Is it more than 25% of values? What are we doing here? Right. And then we get a little dicey on that. And then it's just going to happen and I'll be proven right. Well, the sun shines on a dog's behind, twice a day? Is that the thing? I don't remember it anymore, but there's a saying.
That one.
Yeah. So, you know, yes, you were right 16 or 17 years later.
Right. You keep on it and eventually you're going to be right.
Right. So at least you have a thing.
Yeah.
But then that's like just regular people. Mike was more on a structural bent, I believe. So let me and I think we've done showed. I did that on purpose. It's so annoying. I think we've shown what Mike's issue is. We'll be able to illustrate it with 3 articles. Okay.
Right.
All right. So now I got to do the thing where I do the thing. And we go here.
I wanted to go back to who's writing these articles more so. Does the public understand who's putting the information out there?
No. We'll have to get it to the stage now. Now, one of our fans can't read any of this stuff. The writing's too small, and I'm sorry. I'm apologizing to that one fan. I'm working on it, and I will do better. And that's all I can tell you. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.
Work in progress.
Yes. All right. So let's put us over here. Okay. So this is it. Yep. It says U.S. pending home sales slump in June amid affordability challenges. And this site was so full of pop-ups and everything. I had to PDF it.
Right.
So this was July 16th. That's important. It says it was updated, but it's a very interesting story. I don't know. Yep. The bylines at the bottom, it says contracts to purchase previously owned U.S. homes fell more than expected as in June as higher mortgages and house prices pushed prospective buyers to the sidelines. Now, that line, it's not quantifiable.
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion disguised as news.
On Reuters, a
yes.
respectable
yes.
news outlet.
It says the pending home sales index tumbled, to 72.5, the National Association of Realtors said on Thursday. And that's why it's important. We need to remember that the National Association of Realtors was there. It says economists polled by Reuters had forecast contracts, which become sales after a month or two, falling 0.5%. Contracts fell in all 4 regions. They slipped 0.3 year on year in June. This is gobbledygook for me. Have no idea. As soon as you put a number up in my face, I don't care.
And my problem with it is the consumer sees U.S. pending home sales slump. That's all they see.
Yes, so and then it says economists polled by Reuters had forecast contracts. So we don't know who they are.
We don't know who they are.
It could be me. They could have literally polled me.
Right.
Okay. And then they're asking me to look at the data for like California.
Right.
There's 4 regions. They've never made any sense. That's always been dumb.
They really don't.
Okay. Really don't. So then it says mortgage rates are likely to remain elevated amid renewed hostilities between the United States and Iran following the collapse of a fragile ceasefire last week. Now, I got to look at Mike's face for this one because he's not going to believe this. I have met someone that made a housing purchase and sale decision based on the fact that the Iran war was going on.
Really?
Yes, in real life.
Not a client.
Maybe.
Client? Maybe. Okay. They made a decision to buy or sell.
Maybe both.
Was it maybe both? Okay.
Because of the Iran war.
Okay.
Not a war. Whatever it is.
Conflict.
It's a conflict.
Well, now YouTube just blocked us since we
Why?
said that.
You're not allowed to say
about the conflict.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn it. Why don't they should just write out what I can't talk about ahead of time.
Right.
It's like you should know. No, I don't know. Your world and my world are not the same. All right. So anyway, so I don't know that Reuters, they didn't poll an economist to get that answer.
No.
They just inserted that.
And there's no name on who wrote the article.
No, there is somewhere. I got it. There's two fellows. Yeah. Yeah, here it is. Well, maybe it's a woman. I don't know. Lucia Mutakani and Andrea Ricci.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, I personally am not tying the conflict in Iran with home purchases in the United States.
No.
Because I don't think people wake up one morning and go, hey, let's buy a house or sell a house. Like it's a process.
It's a process. It's not a 24-hour notice. Right.
And then it says the highest mortgage rates in nearly a year and the record high national median home price together are contributing to a tepid housing market that is especially difficult for first-time home buyers. Said Lawrence Yoon.
We'll have that conversation off camera, how I feel about Lawrence Yoon.
Lawrence Yoon. All right, so here's the thing. Let's take the Iran conflict out of it. Let's take high gas prices out of it. Let's take high inflation out of it. Let's take possible pandemics out of it. I see people wearing masks again.
You do?
I do. I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Okay.
I'm afraid, again, it's with the flat camera pile. I just don't have time right now to deal with it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, but get rid of all that. What is the point of this article? Like, how is it? Like, it seems like it's using everything that's bad in the world to create it's true. Pending home sales probably did dip.
Pending home sales
It's
dip.
also true that houses are very expensive. Now, people want to argue relative to what? I mean, this is the thing that's always been problematic to me. Like, people are mad at the boomers for living in their house. They're like, shame on you. Right? Yeah, shame on you for living in your house.
Right.
And then the boomer comes back with, well, when I was your age, Sonny, I worked 3 jobs when I was going to college. And then the whatever they are, zillennial or millennial, comes back and says, yeah, but you didn't have college loans. And then the boomer is like, well, hey, I didn't have to get loans because I worked my behind off and we didn't take loans because that would have been dumb. Why would you do that? And then it's like, well, it's just, oh my God.
I get called boomer a lot on Twitter.
I wear it as a badge of honor because I just, what am I going to do? I'm Gen X. I've lived, they have no idea what it's like to be in the middle.
Right.
Mommy and daddy are always fighting in my life. My whole life it's been that way.
Me too. Yeah.
So anyway, my thing is this. It sucks to be a first-time home buyer.
It's tough.
But even when I was a first-time home buyer, it was really expensive.
It was super expensive. And I worked for Bank America. And it was terrible.
You know, like, I did the thing. I did the meme. I literally told my agent, I wasn't an agent at the time. I told my agent, I said, hey, I would like to buy a fixer-upper because, you know, that I'm handy and I don't mind paying a little less.
Right.
And then we saw the fixer-uppers on the market and was like, oh my God, people live this way?
Yeah.
This is just sad.
Raccoons out of our chimney for years on our first house.
There you go.
Couldn't get them out.
Well, did you know I was a property manager and I was single family homes, and we had a lawyer that was the tenant and a lawyer that was the owner of the property, and we weren't lawyers. So I felt very uncomfortable always. And the tenant wanted a raccoon removed in the attic.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, that seems fair. And then she said, but I don't want to kill it. Oh, no. I said, there's nothing in the lease that says, like, I've read the lease and I'm not a lawyer, but there's nothing that says you have to like capture the live raccoon. You know,
They're vicious. They're vicious animals.
I don't care. I don't want I don't want the raccoon to die.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I can't go back to the owner of the property and say, you need to fix this. Oh, and it needs to be done in a humane way.
Right.
Because he's going to be like, it's not in the lease. And I'm a lawyer. I'm like, I get it.
I get it.
You know? So my point is just simply that raccoons in the attic are not great. I had an inspector once that found raccoon droppings in an attic, and he was very excited because he doesn't normally see those. Lots of mice poop, but not raccoon.
Not raccoon.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So that was that article. And so then what I want to do, this is how the, I don't know here. Then this is what they're referring to. Okay.
Right.
It was done on the 16th of July.
Same day.
Yes. Same. And it says, you know, pending home sales reports show a 5.4% decrease in June.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then it says pending home sales decreased. Okay. And then it says report provides the real estate ecosystem, including agents, home buyers, and sellers with data on the level of home sales under contract. Well, that's great. Again, not relevant to me in any way.
No.
It says month over month pending home sales decline in all 4 major U.S. regions. But if you think that the United States is 4 regions, I think you're silly. I have nothing in common with Iowa, and I don't like Arkansas.
No.
Okay? That's just the way it is. Do not compare me to someone in Arkansas. Nothing against the people of Arkansas. I just don't like Arkansas.
Right.
I'm allowed to not like someone.
That's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we get the highest mortgage rates in nearly a year and the record high national median home price together are contributing to tepid housing market that is especially difficult for first-time home buyers.
Yep.
However,
Go ahead.
However, job gains can help support housing demand. So, okay. Well, now, so that's not as bad as the Reuters article.
No,
there's hope.
This one kind of spreads it out. It it's talking
right.
about.
It's not so negative.
It's not so negative.
Yeah.
It's factual, and the Reuters just
and there's nothing about a war.
Right.
You know, it says it's worth emphasizing that this is closing activity, not contract signings. That generates economic impact. Pending contracts are only suggestive of upcoming closed deals and do not align perfectly due to fallout rates and contract contingencies. And then you and I would have to go and say, well, what is a pending contract? Because a pending contract in your market is not the same as a pending contract in my market.
Mm-hmm.
Is active under contract pending? Me? Yes. Right. You? I don't know.
No.
So we got that problem. So now we're already, we're already got problems.
Right. Right.
All right. It says at the local level, several markets posted notable year-over-year gains. Following 10 markets posted their biggest annual increases in pending home sales. And St. Louis is number 10. But Kansas City is number 3, and like the 2 cities
We're not on there. That list.
You're not on there. No. So, okay, well, now it's not so bad. Now it's not so bad. And now we've got this other article. It says the national housing market from homes.com. Homes.com.
Right.
What do I say about them? CoStar bought them?
CoStar bought them. CoStar bought them. They had to play the game for the
data. Then they put in a lot of money.
Yep.
They pilfered some employees from different organizations to try and jumpstart their.
Wanted to compete with the Zillows.
Yes, they did. Okay.
Residential space.
Right. It's so weird. Like, Mike, no one ever asks me about things, right? None of these companies ever call me and say, hey, man, what do you think about this? All right. Do you know how much I could fix for all these people all the time?
Yep. A lot.
I could save them millions. Right.
That's why we're talking about
my fee would not be millions.
No.
I can tell you, I see this stuff from a mile away. It's not difficult. You just have to be on the ground, like literally working, and you will know all of this.
Yeah.
And they just refuse.
Yeah.
All right.
Is your phone ringing? Are deals being done?
So this thing, Erica Ludvigsen, that was like a real thing. I wasn't trying to make any sort of light of her name.
Pretty educated. I looked her up.
Oh, okay. So it says home sales increased from a year earlier in June, while inventory continued to expand and price growth remained limited. Okay, so now the pending home sales month over month or a month from last year are gone. It says
now it's good.
Now it's good. Now it's good because the number of home sales increased.
Right.
It says 365 homes were sold in June, up 6% for year over year. Sales also rose from May. Following typical seasonal patterns in the market moved in the summer buying season. The increase in home sales suggests that buyers are becoming more willing to navigate elevated home mortgage rates and home prices, even as affordability remains a challenge. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that seems good.
That seems good.
Then it says inventory growth gives buyers more options. It says there are approximately 1.41 million homes for sale in June, up 4% from a year earlier. Inventory also rose month over month, continuing the steady buildup of supply seen this year. With more homes available, buyers are gaining additional choices and negotiating power in some markets, while sellers are facing more competition for attention. Even so, supply levels still vary widely by location, and many areas remain tighter than normal despite recent gains. The number of homes listed for sale increased especially strongly in several Midwestern units, including Ohio, and I'm just going to go St. Louis, Missouri, because that's where it is.
Yep.
But declined sharply in a few markets. Okay, so more inventory here. Nobody asked me. More inventory here is because people have stopped postponing life decisions and are ready to get on with it.
Right.
Those people have lived in there with their mother-in-law for 2 years with 2 small children, and everyone they're trying not to kill each other at this point. Okay, they'll just pay the money to get out.
Yep.
That's what that is.
Cash. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What I thought was interesting, all 3 articles are the same, based off the same data, and they all have 3 different feelings.
Yes.
One's doom and gloom, one's okay.
And the other one in here, this has got stats, and it's they did a fine job. Okay.
They did a good job.
No arguments. This isn't false or anything like that. This is fine.
They did a good job.
Yeah. But I will take issue with this. People assume, depending on which side you're on, the other side is against you. I'll put it this way. If you're a seller, okay, you're trying to get top dollar for your house. You do not, as long as you don't do something stupid by pricing it way out of the realm of like a good price for your place, you are virtuous. And you, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, you should feel good about yourself. Okay?
Right.
That's fine. No, you'll not get any problems from me.
If you price it right.
If you price it right. If you price it wrong, you're a pig.
Yep. Doesn't help anybody.
No. Horrible person. You deserve what you get. Okay?
Yep.
The pigs get slaughtered one. Hogs do this. I don't know why I can't remember them.
I don't know why. I don't remember writing that, but I guess they did.
Anyway, so there's that. Now, then in that same situation, if you're a buyer, okay, look at how evil the sellers are. How dare they have their house priced for sale in the market? Yeah.
Market value.
Yeah. We are being discriminated against. We are, this is not fair. This is horrible. Okay.
They must be boomers.
Well, they must be boomers. Yes. So then I'm stuck with this thing. Like, you assume like an equality that doesn't exist. And I'll explain it like this. If the market does tank, do you think buyers are going to be like fair and equitable in their dealings with sellers if it's a perceived tank?
No.
Absolutely not. They're going to claw and scream for every penny they can get.
They're not going to have a job.
My whole thing is like, look, you assume that lower house prices make buyers more virtuous. It's not. They will be just as awful, and they will try and negotiate everything super hard, and they'll walk from deals, and it'll just be a jerk thing to do. That doesn't make the market better.
No.
That's where I feel like a real estate agent comes in. Okay.
100%.
Because
I would say there's an asset the seller wants to sell. My buyer wants to buy it.
Right.
What do we got to do?
Right. So what I'm going to do when I've been in bad markets, I've sold houses in bad markets. Right. So if a buyer comes at me with something that I feel is like below the belt or not something that we're going to entertain, I advise the seller, hey, this is stupid.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yeah.
And then the seller normally says, you're right. This is stupid. We're not doing this.
Houses sell in bad markets. They sell in good markets.
Right.
Houses sell.
So if your agent isn't like in tune with that logic of understanding the buyers are going to take whatever they can, whenever they can, and the sellers are going to take whatever they can, whenever they can, and that you're just in the middle, then you're going to have a bad time if your agent isn't understanding.
Right.
And that's why I'm very uncomfortable when people are like, home prices are declining. Yay. And it's like,
yay.
Yeah.
Really? And in what street, in what neighborhood, on what day?
And similarly, if home prices are increasing, yay. No. Because there's a cost there. Well, at least here, like property taxes are based on valuations. Right. And, you're keeping people from buying in the marketplace. You're keeping people out. Mm-hmm. So it's not, to me, the market goes up, it's great. It goes down, it's great. It's not like, I don't have like, I just see the market as like a whole.
Right. There's no answer to, is it a good time to buy or sell?
And that's something that a lot of people are missing.
There's no answer to that.
If you bought a house in 1974 right now and didn't put a dime in it, okay, you're selling that house for like 10 to 15 times more than you paid.
You're doing pretty well.
You didn't do anything.
Nothing.
Okay. So I don't think that you should be so sad.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And they could have bought that house. I mean, they had Jimmy Carter with the inflation.
Right.
You could have had bad things happen when you bought that house, legitimately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could have had a 15% mortgage.
Sure. So I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear like now is a bad time to buy. It's all about like buying a house is like a very big optimistic leap. It's a vote on the future. You believe a place is so worthwhile that you're going to put down roots.
Right. It's investing in your family and yourself.
Yes. So if you were like a buyer and you're like, hey, I want to buy a house, and you called me, I'd say, okay, well, let's go buy a house. These are the things that we got to pay attention to in this market. Okay. Yeah. It's that simple. I'm not going to talk somebody out of buying a house. Like I'll say that particular house sucks. If you buy that, you're an idiot.
I do that more often than I should.
But I'm not going to say you shouldn't buy a house in this market. Right. Never going to happen.
Nope.
And similarly, like, should you sell a house when? You should have sold it yesterday, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Because we don't know. Like right now, I've explained on the show. Look, I wanted to list houses in April, May, June, and July. I wanted to because that's the easiest time of the year to sell a house. It's the best chance. But if someone dies, I can't penalize them for dying on the wrong day.
Right.
You have to sell the house. It's like, damn you. If you would have just lived 6 more months, we could have sold the house at the right time.
Right.
Like, that's not how life works.
It's not. And it's our job. It's an agent's job to know when those ups and downs. Yeah. I mean, if you pull a comp from 4 years ago and represent it to me as being reasonable, I'll laugh in your face. Okay. Right. What is this? Okay. Right. But people may do that from time to time. Sellers are like, I went and saw my neighbor's house 4 years ago and they got so much more money and our house is better. And I said, well, okay. Is it better? Is it better? Everybody thinks theirs is better. That's why they bought the house in the first place. Right. So you don't go with the national media on home sales. Right. That doesn't matter. You need to internally make the decision, am I buying a house or am I selling a house now? That's it. Yep.
That's
And
it.
where and when. And
Yeah.
let's start the process.
Yeah.
Somebody, one of your friends on Twitter just said it's a process too.
Process.
It's a process. Like you said, you don't wake up one morning and go buy a house.
Yeah. And like, look at all the historical things that have happened since 1980. Okay. People bought houses.
January.
Well, people have bought houses in all of those times. Okay.
Right.
Were they dumb? See, it's not an intellectual argument. If you don't know what's coming, you can't sit there and say you made a good decision.
Right. The best time to buy real estate is 10 years ago.
There you go.
Is that true?
I think so.
I think so.
You know, and this is separate from the argument of buying houses as an investment.
I don't think your primary residence is an.
That's exactly where I'm at.
Investment.
It's a forced savings plan set up by the government.
Yep. And you can lock that expense in for 30 years.
Yes. And you can have like 100 cats in it and nobody will say a word unless they start eating you.
Right.
And they haven't seen you for a month.
Then they might. The neighbors might notice.
But I'm sorry. It does happen. Anyway. All right. So
anyway.
Well, gosh, there were all these questions Mike came up with. So, do the national housing stats matter? I said maybe. Like if you're bored, you got nothing else better to do, let's read some national housing stats.
Maybe the headline.
And then it says, why does media like shocking all headlines? Well, it's to get clicks.
I know, but it bothers me why we have, as humans, why people get excited about.
You're upset about mental hooks that are like hardwired into the brain that people are hijacking.
That bothers me. I'm the optimist. I jump out of bed in the morning and Yahoo. I was just running this morning and the guy across the street says, "We all woke up today, Yahoo!" And I was like, "That guy's awesome."
And see, I would be like, that guy's a little bit, like in the morning, he's a little bit too high on, like, bring down a level or two. It's the morning.
I don't understand the doom and gloom for clicks. I don't know. I like nice stories. Right.
And so we solve the every deal is different. Every buyer or seller's wants are different. And so we can't make a blanket statement if it's a good time to buy or sell. And then it says, with the instant access to news and information, why does doom and gloom seem to get traction? And I said, people hate themselves.
People hate themselves.
And then we gravitate to what we believe. If you think the world is a miserable place, you will seek out misery.
Right. Right. I don't understand that perspective, but that's just me. I guess people do.
And then does media have an agenda? Well, I put it forth. Yes.
I knew that answer.
It was obvious.
Yeah.
It was like, that was like a fat pitch. I don't know if you followed any baseball, but I mean, that was right down the middle.
Yeah.
It was too easy. Yes, media has an agenda. That's why media exists.
They do. They sell advertising.
Yes.
And forever. You know, the more I looked into it and I read your response, you're spot on. It's forever.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that. Did we help anybody figure things out? Look, if you're on the fence about buying a house, buy a house. Don't listen to anybody. Buy it. If you're on the fence about selling a house, sell a house. It's not. Sometimes people make things difficult when they don't need to be.
You can't time it. You cannot time the market.
On your personal residence. And look, if you think you're going to leave in a year, okay, I don't know. Maybe not. Don't buy.
Maybe not.
For a year?
And plans change. I don't know what's going on in a year from now.
I don't either, but I can't imagine by the time I've always thought if somebody bought a house and then they're like, I don't like it, we got to sell it. I think I could sell it for the same price.
Yeah.
If it's like the first week.
I just had one that was a year and a half and it was pretty close. We still got them out ahead, but it was pretty after fees and everything, but I've never had to go.
Yeah, you did good. Like that's not always going to happen.
Not always. It was a tight one. But.
All right. Next thing. Now I've done this. I've learned two things, Mike. I just want to share them with you. One, the way I like to do my headlines and stuff, I would just like to have them set across the tabs.
Yeah.
And I don't like to switch between like PDF and like pictures and whatnot. So I learned if you take a picture and you put it in the browser, it opens up as a browser tab.
I don't know that.
Well, I'll show you.
Okay,
All right,
let's see it.
Here we go. So I was hanging out on a Sunday. I was resting my back. I heard it moving furniture for another seller.
Good. Another, not hospital, I hope.
No. Here we go. I sent this to Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, this is. I know, like this guy.
We're getting a phone call, I think, in the next 15 minutes.
Well, it's not. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm not going the same direction you are.
Okay.
I got this. It says Realtors for Bell. It's like, what's it says, and then in the top little logo there it says Missouri resident, but I didn't pick that up until today because it says paid for by the National Association of Realtors. I texted Mike. I said, Mike, did you know National Association of Realtors are sponsoring Wesley Bell? And you said no, right? You had no idea that, and
no idea.
No, it's not a criticism. I'm not going to jump into that pool.
Right.
The only thing I had is, wow, like I'm a real estate agent. Am I paying for this? Because I don't want to support any candidates. Okay. I'm just not that guy. I don't save your money. Okay.
I support candidates.
Now Wesley Bell is in a severe dogfight.
Okay.
With the other, and they're in my district, but not where I live. You know how they gerrymander districts?
Yep. Yeah.
So in my zip code, part of that seat is in my zip code. So I'm getting it because of that. Because on my Instagram. So they've, they know everything about me.
They do. Yeah.
So that's that. So anyway, so the point was, hey man, I had no idea that we were sponsoring candidates. Okay. Yeah. And then, then I was like, then I was on my Facebook and I'm part of the St. Louis Association of Realtors.
Yep.
And it says St. Louis Realtors enjoyed the opportunity to meet with Congressman Wesley Bell this afternoon. I was like, really? Huh. I was like, did the other lady get invited?
Yep.
No.
Aside.
No, she did not get invited.
No. Okay. Interesting.
And to try and not be too partisan, the two people running in the district are both Democrats.
Okay.
So that's that.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. And in this particular election for this particular person, this seat, it's just a vicious dogfight. Like these people are they're going to,
both Democrats?
Both Democrats, and they're just, they are fighting to win.
Okay.
So having an endorsement, like I'm not voting. I cannot imagine voting.
NAHAR has chosen a side. They've chosen a.
Yes. But I cannot imagine singling my vote down to, well, the National Association of Realtors likes this person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like of all the list of things I'm thinking about, it's not this one.
No.
Okay.
But it's a big group. Group.
And then we open Pandora's box. Okay.
This surprised me.
Yes. Now,
really
this is not, and I just want to make this clear. I'm not criticizing the realtors for this.
No.
Okay. No. I knew that you could give money to the realtors. I didn't know what it went for. And it's separate from our dues, for me at least.
Ours is an optional check.
Yeah.
I uncheck it.
Well, I do too because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
And I also feel like people are going to do, like my voice really isn't wanted.
Right. I don't necessarily agree with their.
Yeah. So now we've got I don't want anybody to think I'm like forcing a narrative, okay?
Right.
By using stats from 2024. The reason why I'm using the 2024 stats is because those are the most recent available, and I don't know the validity of the data or anything.
Right.
Like, let's just go with if true, fascinating. Okay? So here we go.
People will notice when they see if you're pulling the numbers up.
Yeah. So here is the political whatever.
Action committees.
Thank you.
Yep.
Look at that. For all of the candidates for 2023 and 2024, National Association of Realtors was number 2.
And this was nationwide.
Nationwide. Never Back Down was the Ron DeSantis,
Right.
like PAC for president.
Right.
American Israel Public Affairs Committee was number 3. Number 4 was Blue Cross Blue Shield. You know why health insurance is never going to get fixed in the United States.
Right.
There you go, right there.
How can the National Association of Realtors be number 2?
Yes, American Crystal Sugar. There's a sugar monopoly in the United States. It's been true for decades. Even though they trade it, which is really bizarre to me. America's credit unions. But do you remember like the AFC, that one?
Which one's that?
The American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees.
Yeah.
Well, they're not even close.
No, I was shocked at these numbers.
Okay, so what I did learn in reading more is that these are PACs, and then there's these things called super PACs, and those are unlimited donations.
Right. These all have a limit. If you dig in,
yes,
it's $5,000.
I believe it's $5,000. Yes.
Right.
So, like, an individual can only donate so much money in these.
Yep.
All right, and I don't know if the super PACs have to disclose any of their stuff on federal. This is federally received data required.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, okay, so then I looked here in this RPAC, and this is National Association of Realtors, and it has since 1969. Realtors Political Action Committee has promoted the election of pro-realtor candidates across the United States. The purpose of RPAC is clear. Voluntary contributions made by realtors are used to help elect candidates who understand and support their interests. I just don't think I don't think that's possible. We live in a bifurcated society.
We do.
These are not members' dues. This is money given freely by realtors in recognition of the importance of the political process. Realtors Political Action Committee and other political fundraising are keys to protecting and promoting the real estate industry. And so this is where I've always been a little confused. It's in how you decide what is in the real estate's best interest, the industry's best interest. So home ownership is considered in the best interest. Right. But there are other things that are considered in the best interest too that I don't agree with or anything. No. But what I wanted everyone to see is like, look, you can, like Wesley Bell, I'm saying his name. He did the work. He literally filled out a form on this page. Like one of his people was like, hey, there's some free money sitting over here. Let's get it. Okay.
Right.
So I think that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to log in as a real estate agent and go find out what the questions are they ask a candidate for. No. Are they pro housing or not?
Who made the decision to back him? That's where I have a problem with.
Well, so I'm sitting here like, so
him or any other candidate.
Do you swear an oath to protect home ownership? Like what is there like a blood ritual? Like what are we doing here? Like,
right. Often I disagree with their decisions.
100%. Well, that's where we're going to take it. And I don't think it's unfair. I think it's fair. So anyway, but so it exists. And your contribution is not tax deductible.
No, it's not.
You're not. So anyway, so then we look at this profile. And this is the spending by party split of 2024. And you can see
I'm so surprised at this that I don't believe it.
That's funny. That says more about you than it does about the stats.
More about me. Right.
Yes. Okay. So like in 2024, it looks like they gave more money to Republicans. In 2008, gave more money to Democrats. But they say they're bipartisan, and I'm fine with that. Like, if you look at this, you have to believe that.
Right.
Okay. And then it says the total raise, I think that's 19 million. They spent 18 million. They had 16 million on hand.
Yeah.
And they ended up with 18 million.
Right.
I don't even understand. Somehow they had independent expenditures of $4.7 million. 49% to Democrats, 50.60 to Republicans.
There's no way.
Hey, that's what it says. That's what we're going with.
No way.
All right. Now,
anyway,
here. This is who they gave money to in 2024. Okay? They gave... I don't even, like... It seems like if that's $4 million, doesn't that seem like not a lot?
No, where did the other, what was it, 16 or 18? Where did the rest of it
Yeah.
go?
But I'm
I
just saying,
caught
if I wanted to buy someone's vote, like say if you want me to promote something on my show, it's $1 million.
$1 million.
It's just the bottom, like that. Look, I'm not doing anything for less than $1 million. And it's not like I believe that I'm worth $1 million. It's just I don't want to be bothered by this. Okay.
Right.
And by the way, when I'm doing it, all right, I'll tell you I'm getting paid to do it.
Yep.
Like up front. Like I'm getting paid to say that this is a great product. It's great. Okay.
This is the best pen ever.
100%.
They paid me $1 million.
There's no like sneaky people putting millions of dollars in my pockets, and I'm not saying anything about that.
Right.
In fact, I'm proud. If anybody ever does it, thank you. You will
Bring
be. Yes. And look, it can be products I don't like.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of like seafood. Okay, if it's in the sea, it's not for me. That's been
be ethical though.
how it's the utmost ethical to say I'm taking money from big fish, and I don't even like fish.
Okay.
But you know what? If I did like fish, it'd be this fish here, Chilean sea bass.
There you go.
I see that on the menu sometimes. I don't know why sea bass in Chile is better than other. And then I read it somehow like it's not really a good fish. It's like a trash fish. Did you ever get into that?
No, I don't need a lot of fish.
Man, you go down these rabbit holes and it's like this fish eats junk, and so it's not a good fish to eat because it's eating junk.
Right.
You need like a fish that's eating other fish.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I get the logic. All right, so I thought it'd be fun, not as a, I think it's just funny. Like, who did they give money to? There's 460 entries, so I'm not going through all that.
No,
but
I scrolled a little bit and looked for familiar names. I didn't.
Did you see any?
No, I couldn't find anybody I knew.
No. So I don't know, but if you just look at the totals, okay, this is the top. The top dude, I don't know who this guy is. Any of them. Tony Gonzalez, I know him for reasons other than like great.
Right.
All right. So 15 grand. 15 grand. He likes housing so much, somebody paid him 15 grand. It seems like it seems like the NAR is like a cheap date in a weird way.
That's not enough.
It's not enough. Not enough to move the needle. You need to be paying these. Like, don't they understand?
We just had midterms or Scottsdale City Council. It's $200 to $300 estimated to run for City Council of Scottsdale.
Right.
That's what your war chest should be.
Right.
Start that.
Yeah.
$15,000.
Exactly.
That doesn't do much.
You know, if I'm that guy that got 15 grand, the realtors call me and they're like, kill the bill. I'm going to be like, dude, I'm not killing the bill.
Not enough.
No. You know. And
Sounds
so
more like it's somebody's cousin or brother or uncle.
Right. And so on Wesley Bell, because he's a congressman, like he's getting some money, right?
Yeah.
But is 15 grand enough to run the ads that I'm getting every single, like I'm literally getting the ads on Instagram every time I open and then on my YouTube, I'm getting every ad for him.
Do you have primaries yet? Is that so you're getting all that now?
I think they're past I don't know on that one.
In November, Missouri has the midterms.
Yeah. I don't know because
we just had primaries closed last week and then
I think we've already been I don't understand how two Democrats are the top two vote getters in the district they're in.
Yeah.
And we have a Republican as the top one in our district.
You do?
But I know I voted in that election to get not for the candidate because reasons.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm very politically active, but they make it very difficult. I don't know about you.
Do. I'm very active. I give money, not to the associate realtors. We go to a lot of fundraising events.
Yeah. So, all right. So continuing on down this path. All right. Then they have the senators. They got Adam Schiff, Tammy Baldwin.
See? That's what I expected to see. From
Mazie Hirono got money. Tim Kaine. But look at the money. It's like nothing.
Right.
Nothing. You're giving me $10,000 isn't even enough to fly me to my constituents.
From the second largest PAC in the country?
Yes.
I don't understand. The
I
numbers
don't understand either. All right. So then they got this realtor party because it's a big deal. Like, this is a legit organization.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't sound like I'm complaining about the organization.
No.
Because it's okay. I'm just trying to educate people that would have no idea that it even exists. So here we go.
I didn't see the American Medical Association PAC.
No, like, look at all those things you don't like, the doctors associations and all. I thought the trial lawyers were the largest donations.
I was surprised.
So, wow. I mean, look, if I'm presenting the wrong information, and it's up to you to go look and find the right information. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm right about everything.
No.
Believe me, I've been beaten enough to know that I am not right about everything. In fact, you should always choose the opposite. If you ever ask me for a decision, do the opposite.
There's no right or wrong.
All right. So then it's like, hey, look at all the things we did. This was April 2026. It said Senate moves forward on a major housing supply bill. And this is where I wanted to get into it.
I know you did.
It says the United States recently passed a bipartisan. We'll always know this, people of the internets. If it's bipartisan, it means that one party is always getting ripped hard. You can figure out which one. You can. Anytime anyone says bipartisan, know that it's the worst. Absolutely. Advancing one of the most this is where it gets fascinating. Advancing one of the most significant federal efforts to address the nation's housing supply and affordability challenges in decades. So you have to believe then that the nation's housing supply is bad, and that affordability challenges are real. But it says for decades.
For decades. 0% interest for decades. It says
the National Association of Realtors strongly supported the bill, launching a targeted call for action through its federal political coordinator program to ensure its passage. The effort reached more than half the Senate within the first 24 hours. And are they happy that they made a phone call and left a voicemail?
Right.
That seems like, what are we talking? Like making contact with half of the, what does that mean?
Right.
It seems a little weird. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a talking point.
And then it says
they're talking about it.
The realtors applaud the Senate's bipartisan approach. I mean, okay.
Okay.
And then we've got a housing supply crisis. All right.
Okay.
By tackling housing barriers at every level of government, the 21st Century Road to Housing Act offers the kind of comprehensive approach needed to address the affordability crisis and expand homeownership opportunities for more Americans.
Really?
So you're telling me.
You're telling me.
So they passed this bill, and now our problems are solved.
Yahoo.
And it's like, look.
This drives me crazy, this housing bill.
Look, I've lived on this earth for 49 years. Nothing has ever been fixed in my lifetime. Nothing.
I'm from the government, and I'm here to help.
100%. Now, look, this is not a slight against. I have some clients that are government workers. Congratulations.
I love that they're talking about it.
Congratulations that you are a government worker. That's smart.
Yeah.
Most of the time you won't get fired or laid off.
Yeah.
That's good. That doesn't mean I have to any of this. And it's horse pucky.
Yeah.
And I wanted to go over this. I asked an AI. Okay. I just ran it through there. It's like, hey, they got a bipartisan bill passed. Is this gonna solve the housing crisis? By the way, is it a crisis?
Is it a crisis? Maybe.
I wanted to do that. I thought about this for a good 25 seconds. And I'm going to put it to you like this. Mike, if tomorrow I see that there's a piece of vacant land, okay, and I think, man, I could build a single family home on that, and I think I could build it for $100,000, and I think that the cost of the land would be $100,000, and I think I think I could get $350,000 for it. Okay. Like I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it.
You can do it. If
Okay.
you have the resources and the time, you can do it.
And this illustrates the problem, the real problem. The numbers aren't penciling.
You can't.
There's
You
a
can't
reason.
do it.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's no housing being built. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not, in my opinion, it's not because people don't want to build houses. America's a land of opportunity. I can think of 3 or 4 people off the top of my head that would build something tomorrow.
Right.
I went to school for real estate development. Okay. I have a graduate degree. Okay. I'm not developing anything. Why is that?
The
numbers don't pencil.
don't make sense.
Okay. And so until you address that,
builders aren't charities.
Yeah, address that basic issue, you're getting nowhere.
Right.
Okay? So let's just look and see what this bill does, because remember, it's bipartisan and it's, we should all be proud of that. It says it combines earlier House and Senate bills. So already we're off to a bad start. It's not like it's new. Now we're just doing that. It says its stated goal is to increase housing supply and lower costs through regulatory reforms, financing changes, and targeting incentives rather than massive new direct spending.
Right.
Now, I know this is going to come across as terrible. I think you could get more housing built if you just threw money at it. Versus this.
I can't comment on that.
Versus this.
I can't.
That's all I'm going to say. I mean,
You know how I feel about spending.
Look, like a lot of times there'll be a homeless person come at me and I'll be like, here's the dollar, go away. Like, I don't want to hear the story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whatever happened to you. Okay. This one day I might be on the street and maybe you'll give me $1. Okay. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I just don't care. Just
I don't think you
nowadays it'd probably be $5 or $6 because what are you going to buy for $1?
I just don't think you can spend your way out of.
That's fine. You can say that.
At this
Like
point,
if you say, hey, how many houses are we going to get if we do this bill? Okay.
right.
That's what I'd be interested in. What's the number?
Yeah. What's the number?
Yeah.
First of all, these are federal.
Yeah.
I think housing should be state. I don't.
Well, it is. That's the issue.
Yeah.
What does the federal government have in its arsenal that's going to solve the problem of, I'd like to go build on this vacant piece of land. Okay.
Yep.
The land cost is this, the construction cost is this, and I'd like to make a profit of this.
Except they can write a check, like you said. Right?
Yeah.
Funding.
Yeah. So it says it's going to streamline environmental reviews. All right.
Okay.
Great.
I love it.
Yeah. Expand exclusions and exemptions for many federally assisted housing projects, small multifamily infill, adaptive reuse of commercial buildings, certain rehabilitations. This can shorten timelines and reduce costs for projects that use federal money or guarantees. Well, now that's problematic, okay? Because now, like, I'm a builder. I want to build on this piece of land. You're telling me I can't build on this piece of land. It doesn't pencil out unless I use the federal government's dollars. And then when I use the federal government's dollars, I have to use it in a certain way.
Right. You can't
build. So you just added a layer of cost onto my. I just want to build a house.
Right.
So you by lowering barriers, you just added one.
And they're telling you what you can build.
Yes.
Single family home for low income.
And then it says higher FHA multifamily loan limits.
I didn't mind this one.
It substantially raises limits, making it easier to finance larger or more expensive apartment projects.
That's the government's what they like to do.
You mean to tell me you raised a loan limit and we're supposed to, that's going to build more housing?
Take a bigger loan.
See, that's always the problem I've had is like, look, if you can't pay for it in cash, you've already got a problem. And I'm not a Dave Ramsey acolyte by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
But when you're playing games with financing and like real financing games, there's their tell. You already know that the project sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, CDBG and home program changes.
I didn't understand this one.
Yeah, community development block grant funds can now be used for new construction of affordable housing with a cap. Home is reauthorized and reformed, including higher income limits for some activities and infrastructure tied to housing. Now, I'm a builder. I just would like to go build on this. What did this do for me?
Right.
I'm just spitballing here. Okay.
They keep talking about building affordable. Are they building project?
Right.
Maybe it's my clientele. My clientele doesn't want to live with 300 other families.
And the other thing is this is like affordable housing is loaded.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, here's what would be affordable. I see a piece of property over there, and then I add money to it of my own. Okay. And then I build a house there and I sell it for more than the cost that I've got into it.
You get paid for your service.
That would be affordable housing.
That would be affordable.
That would be the best way to have affordable housing.
Yes.
And here's the thing, like, if you're going to say, well, there's places that people won't buy houses, okay, which I believe to be true.
I believe that's true.
Okay. Then you putting a brand new house there doesn't really do anything because nobody wanted to live there in the first place.
Right.
And you need so much more money than, a couple million to fix a whole location.
A whole neighborhood, a whole block.
Yes.
You're going to build the whole block.
Right.
Right.
So
we have that down at Phoenix.
Yeah. So
projects like that.
So I've always thought that the gentrification, this idea, I've always believed, and it's conspiracy, I'm sure. I believe that city and county governments take a certain part, they take a pen out of their paper and on a map, and they draw like, this is an area that's a no-go zone. This is an area that's a no-go zone. Okay. And then and you don't have to use no-go, but I mean, essentially, and then everybody magically that's got problems ends up in those places. Okay.
In those places.
And then oddly enough, somehow the government owns those places over time.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they open it up for a developer.
Opportunity zone.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think they've been doing it for 100 years.
For 100 years.
Like the UN was built on like a meat packing facility.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, anyway, and if you've ever been by a meat packing facility, you would know. You would know what that does.
You've got them in St. Louis.
Okay. So,
right?
Well, no, I mean, it's just, I'm not going to go into it. It's bad. Okay.
This is a great neighborhood in New York City. This is a meatpacking district.
There you go. Okay, so it says incentives for local reforms, an innovation fund. Now this is one that drives me batty. What are we innovating about housing?
4 walls and a roof.
It's a freaking rectangle. If you want to get crazy, maybe put a circle.
3D printing. You can 3D print a house.
I'm totally good with 3D printing a house. Just make it cost the same or less.
Right.
Okay, and don't take that margin and give it to the home builder. This is that somebody wrote today on Twitter, like free markets, like they're all on free markets. And I'm like, really? What is it? Yeah. Show me a free market and I'll agree with you.
I'm all about free market.
Yeah. Yeah. Find me one though. Find me one. Yeah. So anyway, so I don't feel like you need to innovate anything. And so God forbid they try to innovate financing. Yeah. Good Lord. That's all we need. That's a savings and loan debacle.
The underwriting.
Waiting to happen. And then it's like, okay, and then it says, and related grants. So they're going to give money to localities that increase the housing production or adopt measures such as streamlined permitting, density changes, or pre-approved designs. Okay, so basically, like, have you ever seen a Culver's?
A Culver's?
Yeah. They have Culver's out there? Okay.
Yeah, we've got them.
Like, every Culver's looks the same.
They do.
Okay, and they do that because it should pass every code in the country when they build it. Yeah.
Okay.
Every single part of that building, like it's like a big jigsaw puzzle. They literally have everything, and they just put it together at the site. I did not know that. Yeah, that's true with any sort of fast food place.
Yeah, the Pizza Hut buildings that are selling now.
Well, no, more so like for newer stuff. More so like if you see like a Burger King, they'll remodel a Burger King in like a week and a half because they literally take every single thing out of it that's already ready and they just put it back.
Right.
So what I'm saying is if you're going to do that, fine. But I know what they've done in the past. Like, so there's the 3-bedroom or the 3-story walk up for apartments.
Yeah.
That's an approved design pretty much in every location throughout the country.
Really?
Okay.
Right.
It's not aesthetically pleasing at this point. It's not.
No.
It's, and then you want to talk about housing density.
It almost adds another layer.
It does. See, they're breaking down layers by adding them.
Exactly. That's who's getting these funds. Seems backwards to me.
And then it says remove manufactured modular housing removes the permanent chassis requirements for manufactured homes. So apparently, like, you had to have a home on wheels, like it had to actually have wheels.
I did not know that. I thought.
And then and nothing against people that live in a trailer park. Nothing. Yeah. I swear.
Well, they have manufactured homes that aren't trailer parks.
Okay, fine. But you got to be careful because there's the modular and there's manufactured. I'm just talking about, do we really want more trailer parks? Like, is that really improving the housing supply?
I've never sold one. I've never been called to find one. You
could put out like 100 tents, and we've now saved, housing supply. But it doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it
right. That's my argument. Vacant building conversion pilot and planning grants to help localities update zoning and permitting capacity.
We don't have a lot of vacant buildings that just sitting around that
we did.
Sense.
We had this thing called the Millennial Hotel.
Okay.
And it was in the St. Louis skyline, and it had a top of the city. It would rotate around the restaurant.
Okay. One of those. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, people kept buying it, and the last dude that bought it, like, it had like bed bugs, and they're like, we're shutting this bad boy down.
Yeah.
And it was like a symbol of kind of St. Louis and our decline. And so then the Arch Grounds bought it.
What's the Arch Ground?
The Arch is this, like, I believe it's the federal park,
the Arch,
but they keep enlarging it because everything is industrial down there and kind of burnt out. And so over time, it just
in that hotel once,
probably
when you were,
when you were downtown. Okay. There's bed bugs there. I would get checked.
That was 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
Resilient bed bugs. Limits on institutional investors. Now, this is one that I love. I got into a huge fight with an economist on this one time. We're not friends. He won't be on the show.
Okay.
So just so you know, look, it's not Wall Street. It's mom and pop down the street that have caused this problem.
Right.
Okay. When you they've defined a big investor, those owning 350 single family homes. Okay. But mom and pop places are counted as 100 and less.
Yeah.
If you take 100 properties out of a location, okay, and make it into rentals, you're causing an effect in the market.
Significant.
Yeah, and there's a lot of those.
Yeah. You know the number of 350 or more.
Right.
What percent market?
Like 1.1% or less?
Less than 1%. 0.6% of the market.
So this is essentially like maybe virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to show Wall Street, but it isn't Wall Street that's the ones that own these homes.
Right. It's the mom and pop.
Right. And are we going to have that discussion?
Okay.
Yeah. Are we going to have that? Everyone says, like, investing in single family homes is a way to wealth. Maybe. It's going to take a while. I think
it's a terrible investment.
I do. I mean, really. At the end of the day,
who's going to call you when the water heater breaks?
Airbnb. Buy a single family home, and I manage single family homes. Okay, in the past,
right?
I still, like. Why wouldn't you just buy an apartment? Why wouldn't you buy a four bedroom multifamily?
Right.
And part of the thing is like no one wants to build them anymore.
Nobody wants to build them.
Nobody wants to build a four family flat.
I think they're great.
I have no problem with it.
I would still live in one half and rent out the other side.
Well, that house hacking.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then it says,
I think that this is going to open up because 0.6 of the market can't do it now.
Right.
Even CNBC, my favorite, said that they're selling houses now. So, I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. And then it says, it says other items: rental assistance demonstration expansion, rural housing reforms, disaster recovery authorization, small dollar mortgage pilots, appraisal changes, and a temporary ban on the Federal Reserve central bank digital currency, in parentheses, unrelated to housing.
Right. They're not writing checks, which I love that they're not writing checks, but that solve the problem.
I know this is totally wrong of me to say. I'd rather they just throw money at it. Okay. Because we know what's going to happen. It's just a question of how long the grift will continue. And if you just give it in a big bulk amount of money at one time, it's better than having, somebody with their doctorate sitting in an office somewhere for 7 years, making sure that their project never gets finished so that they can ask for more money 7 years later.
Right. To fit their budget.
Okay, so it says supporters, home builders, realtors. So I'm a supporter of this. Many local governments and bipartisan lawmakers argues it removes real barriers.
I support it. I support that they're talking about it, but I don't think it does anything. How's that? What barriers?
Exactly. So you're telling me that we can't build a house because of an FHA loan limit on multifamily? A cap?
Is that true?
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't think it's true. 100%.
No. It's kind of insulting because in the real estate media, I read that, national home builders, which are a hot topic of Japanese investors for some reason.
Right.
Okay. And I got some guys. I like things when people write mean things back to me. I like it and I move on. I don't have any. Anyway. So there's these articles that say home builders are like, well, we're not selling our inventory now, so we're just going to kind of stop building. Okay.
Well,
now,
is that true?
Well, take it for what it is. If it is true, okay, they're the bad people because they're trying to make, as much profit as possible.
Money? Yeah, they're trying to make money and provide jobs. That's bad.
Yeah. So, and then are they limiting supply because they're just not building? The lack of affordable homes, in my opinion, is the reason why there's a lack of affordable homes is because everyone wants to make money.
Everyone wants to make money.
Yeah. And again, who is affordable? And like, what is that?
That's what I always say too. What is affordable? That's wrong.
And I know they have a number, but it's like, maybe like no offense, but if you're making less than minimum wage, okay, and not on a 40-hour a week job, like you probably shouldn't buy a house. Like it's not a good time. It's not a good time. I know you can't afford it, and it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So then, will homes actually get built? Some will.
Some.
But the impact will be gradual, uneven, and modest relative to the national shortage.
Then you get the not in my backyard. I don't want affordable housing.
Not in my backyard. I have a friend that is the furthest left you can possibly be on Twitter. And he's all over that one. He's like, look, I mean, how is it somebody buys a piece of property and then two people, there's a $50 million development and two people are like, I don't like the color of the shingles. And so like their voice should be taken over commerce.
Right. I know.
In St. Louis, we have this thing, and I hope I'm not hurting anyone's feelings. There's a quarry.
Feelings, I think.
There's a quarry, okay? It's been there for as long as I've been alive. A quarry is a dirty, horrid place. Like they mine material from the ground, and I don't know if they blasted it this one, but I know that they had the excavators and whatnot in the big trucks. Okay.
Aren't they good swimming holes though? Right.
Well, we were cautioned because it was a certain type of like a lime quarry, and you could melt yourself. I don't know if that's true. Remember, we didn't have the internet back then.
We didn't have the internet. We could jump in.
So I just agreed. Let me put us on the half and half.
You have quarries.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. So anyway, so there's a quarry. Now, some other company, like the quarry's been down for like 20 years. No, nothing's been going on. Okay, it's fenced in. Okay. But the people that lived there back then when it was operating lived there. They didn't, it was a quarry. They bought a house next to a quarry.
Right.
Fast forward to now, a developer has said, hey, I want to fill in the quarry. Okay. And I want to make it green space. Now, do I believe that he's going to keep it green space forever? No. No. Because why would you just fill a quarry?
Is it like a Superfund site? Do you have those?
I don't know if it is. I don't care if it is or not. It doesn't really matter in this sense. The community is up in arms. They say, we will not let you fill in our quarry. Why? Well, it's going to take 8 years to get enough dirt to go into the quarry to fill it. And that's like big trucks of dirt.
Right.
Okay.
It's a big quarry then.
Right. It's a big quarry. And so the dirt that's being brought in is going to affect traffic.
Dirty.
Dirty traffic. Yes. And then it's going to affect our groundwater.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's a quarry. They've dug like 300 feet into the ground. Okay. If your groundwater isn't affected by now, it's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Right.
And you don't use your groundwater.
Is it city water?
Yes. And city sewer.
Awesome. Awesome.
What is this? So now the two biggest objections are groundwater contamination and dirt being hauled into the site. And the developer's like, hey man, I'll keep it between like 8 in the morning and 6. Right. Oh no. Don't fix our quarry. Like understand it's doing nothing. It's literally sitting there. Okay? And it's fenced off. There's barbed wire everywhere. Can't see into it. It would be a nice property to develop for, real estate someday down the road.
Nice park, maybe?
Anything. And we're going to sit there and argue about somebody wants to fill the quarry. Do you know how much money it would cost to fill a quarry? It's like at least $14. So I'm just blown away. Like the not in my backyard thing is real.
It is 100%.
And I get the response of the people. Like when I was growing up, they wanted to put a cell tower across the street from us in a cemetery. And we went to the council meeting and we were like, we don't want this. I remember it. We don't want this. And they're like, well, what can we do to help? I say, well, some idiot. We want bushes. We want tall bushes. How tall bushes do you want? About 8 feet. That'd be okay.
To block the 20-foot cell tower? Okay.
So next week we go back. It's been agreed to that the developer is going to in perpetuity will have 7 8-foot high bushes over the entrance of the cell phone tower.
In the cemetery.
Which then, like big business at one point in time was buying cell phone towers. Yeah. So the original developer never, he was gone. So now our Bush promise has been
right.
Yeah. And then then the cemetery ran out of money because they're associated with a certain organization that's had some problems over the years and had to sell half of the cemetery to a developer to build houses.
The used cemetery?
Well, no. See, they had always kept it for expansion.
Okay.
Because people keep dying.
Right.
It's good business. But they're like, you know what? We can make way more money if we just sell it to a developer. So they did. And you know what? They built houses there. Average price of a home in Afton, probably $350,000 at the time. These houses went in at $800,000.
Awesome. So
not affordable. Yeah. Not affordable.
Decent chunk.
Yeah. 700 houses or something. Yeah. Just insane. So my point is like thank the realtors are happy that they got a bill together that is going to fix housing. It's probably not going to fix housing.
Probably not going to fix housing.
Like,
and
that's
they're
the
the second biggest PAC in the country.
yes.
I can't believe that. That's crazy.
And I mean, and they're buying off people for like 10 grand.
Yeah.
Like if you were like we know this, but like if I even had like 100,000, do you know how many people I'm buying off? Maybe what is it? Maybe they don't say that. I'm helping with their campaigns. Yeah, you know how many people I'm contributing to their campaigns? I'm never going to jail. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, right. If it only costs 10 grand,
Yeah,
can I say I'm all for that?
Is
that perjury?
No, I think it's relevant. Your politicians are not even good enough negotiators to really rake in the funds.
Right. What does 10 grand get you?
Apparently, it gets you a congressman or a senator. Or senator. Senator's not a masculine, feminine. He's just a senator.
Senator.
Right.
Right.
So anyway, in closing, what I would say is, hey, we have a huge realtor lobby. They do things. They did this. And they support individual candidates. And I guess an extension of that would be, hey, if you're a real estate agent and you're doing well and you want to contribute, maybe if you contribute, you can swing the, people that are chosen.
Elections. Yeah. Or you can give it to them directly.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me either. I mean, if it's only $10,000, I just give it to the, yeah.
Yeah. Why do I want to go to the NA if the NAR is not tax?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It didn't make any sense to me either.
No, I was just surprised at the numbers and
the split. You were surprised by the split.
I was very surprised because I don't disagree. I don't agree with the NAR a lot.
Well, and take it one further. If that's NAR and it only costs 10, what other groups are blowing past that?
Yeah. Well, it said it was the second biggest one.
Yeah. But then there's super PACs. Those are on top of PACs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can get unlimited money.
500, 2 or 500,000.
I don't know. I think it's unlimited somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. All I know is like, I feel like there's been times in my career where like we're not getting, like the money that's being spent is not getting realtors in a better position. Like the whole DOJ thing.
I think they're making it difficult. You'll hear me talk about it tomorrow. We sat in on a meeting this week with the Arizona Department of Real Estate. They make it difficult to do our job.
Yeah.
They're making it more difficult.
Right. And do you know why?
I don't know why.
They don't have to make a living selling real estate. They just make a living telling realtors what to do.
Right.
And it's very, very different.
It is.
So, all right. With that,
you can click and buy something.
With that, everyone, thank you for all hanging out with us this afternoon. It's been wonderful. I think we can take this in so many different directions.
We can talk all day.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I look forward to it like weekly. Like it keeps my brain like sharp and like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? And Mike sees it too. Then it's like, wow.
And even though real estate is different in St. Louis,
yes.
That make you better here.
This has 100% solved a lot of problems I have when I see something online, and I'm like, I don't even understand how that could happen. Well, it turns out it can happen because the rules are totally different in different places.
Right.
There's no national situation. So, all right. Well, with that, I'm out. Mike, stick around. We'll chat later, everyone.